Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Today it's Black Friday and you're probably looking for gifts for your family members, your friends, and you might also have that one significant other who is a car enthusiast or motorcycle enthusiast at that. So yeah, last year I did a video similar to this showing you my choices of like some gifts that you can give to that special someone who's into cars and or motorcycles like I am. So you might have seen it in my video from last year, but a couple of them are actually like new ideas that I had. And the first idea, and actually this is a shout out to my cousin Francisco. He actually, we had a conversation over Thanksgiving and I told him the idea that I was gonna do this again for this year. I was like, do you have any ideas? And he was like, yeah, how about merch? So yeah, I'm actually wearing a couple of pieces of merch. One is neither one are my pieces of merch, or at least, not yet, no merch yet for the channel, but maybe soon. So yeah, this first one here is YSOB. This is, I'm not gonna say what it means, but you could probably figure it out. And I got this from some of my favorite YouTubers, DDE. Also, I'm wearing this sweater, and some of you, if you've gone to any of the Cars and Coffees and seen me out and about, this is something my sister made me. And yeah, it has the silhouette of the Alfa Romeo 4C, the Alfa Romeo 4C, which is right behind me right now. So yeah, it's pretty much my car right there on my sweater. That's something my sister made me. But he had other ideas too, like, even something as simple as like a coffee mug with your favorite car brand or motorcycle brand or things like that. So yeah, just something as simple as merch for your significant other. That's not too expensive. Or you can even, like my sister did, make something or maybe order something that you created on Teespring or something like that. So yeah, merch. The next item is something that I showed off in last year's Christmas gift ideas, and that is this OBD2 reader. And yeah, this thing comes in handy not just for myself. Well, actually it's funny, at the time, like, yeah, I had a car, the Porsche. If you guys have been following the channel for a long time, I had the Porsche, and like it had all kinds of readings that it needed like all the time. Thankfully I haven't had that issue with any of my current vehicles, but my sister-in-law has, and she for sure, yeah, having an older car, I've kind of been like her hero. Like every time the check engine light comes on, I've been able to go ahead, read what the problem is, and we'd be able to fix it pretty much. Thankfully nothing major, just something as simple as like maybe the gas cap wasn't on fully. So yeah, you could probably get any kind of check engine light checked at like somewhere like one of your local auto parts place. But yeah, why not just have one with you, just in case, not just you, maybe a family member needs it, and you could go ahead and see what the problem might be when you get that check engine light in your car. All right, for the next one, we're gonna talk about the motorcycle for your motorcycle enthusiasts. A couple things with actually a few things. So we'll start off with one of my favorite things that I've been using for a very long time. This right here, I have clipped on right to the bar, and it is sort of like a Bluetooth keyboard. And no, it's not a ring pop. And pretty much this will connect to your cell phone, your Bluetooth device. So like myself, I actually like not just the sound of the motorcycle when I'm riding, but I also like the sound of music. So I'm able to control the volume, the track, play and pause the music that's playing in my headphones, in my helmet. One of the main reasons I got one is because I used to listen to my music on my motorcycle when I was on, and then every once in a while I'd bump into another motorcyclist. They're, saying something. I had no way to pause the music because usually the music, the cell phone or something like that, was in my pocket. It wasn't out here. I know some folks keep it out here. I don't like doing that. I keep it in my pocket. There's no way for me to turn down the volume and listen to the other motorcyclists. So I was able to just pause the music there and be able to conversate. Also, if it was a track that I wasn't feeling, able to change the track. So yeah, really cool little device. The next one is, well, unfortunately I don't use my motorcycle that often, and I know some people might be in the same boat as me. So I actually have this trickle charger, and it pretty much keeps the battery from dying. This one is a good one. This one's C-Tech. It's one of the most popular brands. Have no battery issues with the motorcycle now at all. It's super cool, really nice to have in case, you know, you're like me where I only ride maybe like once every other month, so you don't have to worry about going to your bike and it not starting. The cool thing is that, let's say you are on the same page, but with your car, let's say you have your car that you don't use that often. I do use my 4C way more often than I do my Ducati. You could use the C-Tech charger also for your car. It comes with different methods of plugging it in. I got lucky where the Panigale already has this. I guess they assumed, yeah, when you have a bike like this, you're probably not going to ride it all the time. So this is already there, and I use this connection right there that goes directly to the battery. Before I had bought the adapter, that's another thing you have to keep in mind, you got to buy the right adapters. I was able to go in there and go directly into the battery. So there is different methods of getting to the battery or connecting it to the battery, but it keeps your car and or motorcycle from losing power to its battery. Yep. Okay, one of the last ones for the motorcycle, and then we'll kind of transition between car and motorcycle, is a nice backpack. Like when I'm riding the motorcycle, I want to carry some things with me. Obviously there's no storage in that bike, so a nice backpack. I'll show you guys some old footage here from last year. Having this nice backpack that fits perfectly on you. I've tried many other backpacks, like your typical like going to school backpacks and other types, some that's like strapped right across. They didn't really feel good. This backpack right here was one of the best ones, or is the best one I've ever owned. Fits perfect, feels lightweight on me, and carries just enough items to go around on your motorcycle. All right, the next one I said I was going to transition between motorcycle and car, and that's a track day. Buy your significant other a track day. Now this one might be a little bit tricky because it's not as simple sometimes to just buy your significant other a track day and say, all right, have fun. You know, like there are some things you got to know that they're willing to do that, or have experience and do that, or pretty much have the time and money as well, because a track day, you might have to think, especially with motorcycles, something like tires. You might wear out your tires that time, even trailering the motorcycle over there. So you got to keep those things in mind. But if those things are all good, you know that your significant other is going to be prepared for a track day. I've done a track day on a motorcycle. Haven't done one on a car just yet. But yeah, just buying them, paying that fee to get them into that track day event, I'd be myself, I'd be more than happy to have something like that if I was well prepared to do so. All right, for the next one, we're going to jump in the 4C. And yeah, this one really just depends on what your significant other has as far as a stereo system. See, when I first got my 4C, it came with like something that looked like it was out of the 1990s, a Parrot, what they call a Parrot stereo. That was the brand. And I've upgraded it to this Android tablet type stereo where you can use it pretty much like you would any Android tablet, and you can have Apple Play, Android Auto right here inside your car. So I use this for maps, stream music. It's just an awesome device. Pretty much all my cars don't come with something like this, so you don't necessarily have to buy like one of these tablet stereos, but the Sony, I think Alpine and Kenwood all make stereos that could fit, sometimes even looking stock, like they were meant to be in your car. Upgrading your significant other's stereo system to something more modern, maybe something that looks better, but definitely something that will be convenient when they're using maps and streaming their music and things like that. The next one is a dash cam. You know, you're out and about in your cars like all the time. Accidents happen, things happen, crazy stuff happen, and you want to make sure you have that footage just in case something happens. So in my Abarth, I have a dash cam that is also a reverse mirror. You could see on the screen here, this is some old footage of the camera setup where the mirror itself has a camera facing forward, and then I have a camera facing back, so when I reverse, but also it records and saves everything to an SD card. These are really inexpensive on Amazon and super easy to install. I was able to do it. If I was able to install it, man, you folks have it for sure. All right, another idea I had from last year's video is, and you can see that it got the Porsche emblem going on there, and got a little Porsche right there, is the Porsche Experience. Now, the Porsche Experience, if you haven't heard, is basically a track owned by Porsche and they have 2 locations. They have one in Southern California and they have one in Georgia. Now this is actually one of the more expensive gifts on the list because of course there's only 2 locations. So if you're here in the Bay Area, had to travel down to LA or anywhere else in the country, you'd have to go to either one of the 2 locations here in the United States. But the Porsche Experience is, man, I did it. It was super fun. Basically, you pick a Porsche and you take that Porsche with an instructor. You do donuts. You do what's called a skid plate, where the car goes in between 2 plates, and then randomly one of the tires get kicked. You start losing control. You try to get control back. You do launch control, go through like a banked turn. It's just a lot of fun. Definitely, if you're a car enthusiast, highly recommend the Porsche Experience. All right, the last item I have is a GoPro, but really not just GoPro. You could go with any what they call action cameras. I use the GoPro 9. This is something one of my closest friends got me last year for Christmas, and I have the mod on it where it has a microphone, a better microphone setup front and back, and you could also attach things like a light or an external microphone. And of course, because it is a GoPro, you also can attach it to many things too. So yeah, I've used it on my passenger seat in the Alfa Romeo 4C. I've used it on the motorcycle as well. I've used it just out and about to go vlogging. I know there's some other local YouTubers that use just the GoPro to go around and do their entire videos. The thing that's really cool about these things is that they have such a steady shot as if you were using a gimbal. So you know that everything's going to come out nice and steady. It's a small camera. It fits in the palm of my hand, and that's even with the mod. And yeah, although this is to create video content, and you're thinking, oh, you might be thinking, well, it's not really something for your car or your motorcycle. You might like the footage, but you might not like the editing. The cool thing about something like GoPro is that their app, once you have all your videos up there, you could choose your videos. You can tell the GoPro app to edit it for you, and boom, you don't have to spend hours like I do editing a video. GoPro will do it for you. You could even add music and things like that. So I've heard of cases too where people use these as dash cams, especially if you're on a motorcycle, you have this on your helmet and you're wanting to have footage while you're out and about. The GoPro, definitely something that you can use. Very versatile, very sturdy, and I believe waterproof as well. And yeah, just a lot of fun to use. And during Black Friday, you could probably get the 9, because right now I think they have the GoPro 10, but you could probably get the 9 at a cheaper price, or you can get the 10 at a good price during Black Friday, because usually they have something where you sign up for their storage, and I forget what it is, like their GoPro thing that you could sign up for a year, and you get a huge discount. And at the end of the year, hey, maybe you could keep it, maybe you could discontinue it, but either way, you get a fat discount on the newer GoPro, or you can just go for this older one, which is really, really good. Okay, that's gonna do it for today. Hope you guys got some out of the ideas I had for your significant other who is a car and or motorcycle enthusiast. If you guys have any ideas, go ahead, throw them down there in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Maybe I can convince someone to get me some of those things, some of those ideas you have, or maybe you want to buy me some of those things. Totally joking. But anyways, if you guys liked the video, make sure to give that a thumbs up. Share with anyone that might like this type of content. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and I'll talk to y'all later.